Top 5 Best Hitch Bike Rack. Number 5. Kuat NV Base 2.0. Sturdy and solid, the Kuat 2.0 is one tough rack that is certainly built to last. From its overall rugged build to its powder coat finish, the Kuat will still look new after years of abuse. With an optional bike stand attachment for on-the-go tune-ups and a wide-gauge cable lock system, the Kuat is a great choice for adventurous riders on the go. The one downside to the Kuat is it needs an adapter to fit 20 inches and 24 inches bikes. The adapter is free, but even with the adapter, 20 inches and 24 inches bikes don't fit quite as snug as they do on other racks. Pros: rock-solid construction and stability. Optional trail dock bike stand attachments for easy tune-ups while on the trail. Ample 11.5 inches spacing between bikes. Accommodates tires up to 4.5 inches wide. Front wheel trays have 3 height positions to help prevent handlebar or saddle conflicts. Front wheel tray is lower than back tray wheel to keep bikes sturdy and secure in the shepherd's hook. Easy foot pedal to lower rack when folded. Cable on integrated bike lock is notably thicker than on other racks. Cons: wheel trays do not move side to side to offset bikes, so less flexibility in bike placement than other racks. Accommodating 20 inches and 24 inches bikes requires a separate adapter. Bikes with adapter hold strong, but not as strong as other racks. Adapter rubs off paint on the fork of kid's bike over time. While installation is toolless, locking hitch pin is still required. Coming in number 4. Saris SuperClamp EX4. After years of hauling our bikes on the Saris SuperClamp EX, we still have conversations about how much we love this rack. With the SuperClamp's easy-to-adjust shepherd's hooks and tire trays, loading and unloading is about as simple as it gets. Even our 8-year-old can do it. With a shorter profile than most hitch racks, the SuperClamp is less bulky and makes keeping your rack on the car unobtrusive. We found that when we already have the rack in place, we're much more likely to go on those spur-of-the-moment rides. We basically keep it on our car all summer because it doesn't block our rear view. The SuperClamp accommodates any number of 24 inches bikes with ease. However, you can only load up a 20 inches bike if it's alone on the rail. Because you have to line up a bike's wheels with the bike sharing the shepherd's hooks, a 20 inches bike is a bit too small and too short to match up with another bike. If you'll be hauling mountain bikes, there's a caveat. The SuperClamp worked great for us when we were carrying two 29er, a 27.5 inches and a 26 inches, but became pretty difficult to load without scratching bikes if we had 3 29er to transport. The SuperClamp accommodates any number of 24 inches bikes with ease. However, you can only load up a 20 inches bike if it's alone on the rail. Because you have to line up a bike's wheels with the bike sharing the shepherd's hooks, a 20 inches bike is a bit too small and too short to match up with another bike. Pros: when folded up without bikes, you don't see it out the back window. Dual shepherd's hooks, extra secure ride. 2 bikes per horizontal bar makes the rack very low profile when loaded and unloaded. Folding up and down is a breeze. Lightweight compared to other tray racks. Accommodates 24 inches bikes without an adapter. Cons: with 2 bikes on each rail, can only accommodate a 20 inches bike securely when carrying a max of 3 bikes. Always a 4 bike rack, cannot remove rails for 2 bike option. Bikes are spaced more closely together, handlebars can touch. Tools needed to tighten or loosen hitch pin when installing and uninstalling. Can't accommodate 3 29er bikes easily. Coming in number 3. Thule T2 Pro XTR. The Thule T2 Pro XTR is our favorite platform hitch rack, thoughtfully designed to handle everything from 20 inches kids bikes to road bikes, 29er, fat bikes, and even e-bikes. With 12 inches of space between each tray, the T2 Pro XTR offers ample spacing to prevent bikes from making contact with each other. Need to haul some e-bikes? With a 60 pounds weight limit per tray, the Pro XTR stands ready to serve. Even if your handlebars hit each other upon initial loading, with your toolkit handy, the tire trays can be adjusted left to right up to 4 inches to help offset the bikes. What you won't need your toolkit for is essentially doing anything else with this rack. Even installation is tool-free. Our favorite feature of the Thule T2 Pro XTR is its easy-to-use and even easier-to-reach folding handle. Located at the tail end of the rack is a breeze to fold up when not in use as well as tilt down to allow for hatch access while fully loaded. We've used this rack for years and have no plans to give it up. The Thule T2 Pro XTR is our favorite platform hitch rack, thoughtfully designed to handle everything from 20 inches kids bikes to road bikes, 29er, fat bikes, and even e-bikes. With 12 inches of space between each tray, the T2 Pro XTR offers ample spacing to prevent bikes from making contact with each other. Need to haul some e-bikes? With a 60 pounds weight limit per tray, the Pro XTR stands ready to serve. Even if your handlebars hit each other upon initial loading, with your toolkit handy, the tire trays can be adjusted left to right up to 4 inches to help offset the bikes. What you won't need your toolkit for is essentially doing anything else with this rack. Even installation is tool-free. Our favorite feature of the Thule T2 Pro XTR is its easy to use and even easier to reach folding handle. Located at the tail end of the rack is a breeze to fold up when not in use as well as tilt down to allow for hatch access while fully loaded. We've used this rack for years and have no plans to give it up. Pros. With the add-on kit, can easily switch from 2 or 4 capacity as needed. Folding lever is located at the end of the rack. Accommodates 20 inches bikes without any adapters. Can accommodate bike tires up to 5 inches wide without adapters. Provides 12 inches of space between each bike. Trays shift up to 4 inches side to side to help offset bikes. Toll-free installation and integrated hitch locking system. Base has wheels for easy transport to and from your car. Each tray has a 60 pounds max capacity. Cons: heavy. Does not fit with 27.5 inches fat bikes. Coming in number 2. Allen Deluxe Locking Hitch Rack. At under $150, the Allen Deluxe Hitch Rack is an incredible deal for families on a budget. While not as high-end as other racks we normally use, we were quite impressed with the quality this rack offers for the price, and how easy it was to use. Not only is it affordable, but this lightweight rack can be installed or removed from the hitch without breaking a sweat and in less than 3 minutes. This makes impromptu trips to the trails a no-brainer. Because the bikes are stored very closely to one another, it can be a bit of a Tetris game to get them all to fit initially. However, once you figure out the best configuration for your family's bikes, just stick to your plan and it's a much quicker process. While we didn't test the 5-capacity rack, we've heard from several of our readers that it's the only hanging 5-bike hitch rack that can actually accommodate 5 bikes. The arms of the rack can fold down when not in use, and the vertical post easily tilts back for hatch access. Its slim design adds just 7.75 inches of length to your vehicle, so you can likely still park in your garage if you want to leave it installed. If you remove it for storage, it takes up less space than one of our toddler's bikes. Pros. A fraction of the cost of higher-end brands, but good quality build. Lightweight, one person can easily install it. When unloaded, it doesn't obscure your view out the back window. No additional tools needed to secure into the receiver, and tightening knob eliminates any wobble. Cons: bikes are spaced pretty close together, so initially figuring out the best configuration can be a challenge. Bikes are easily scratched or damaged due to their closeness, and they bang into each other during the drive. Coming in number 1. Thule Apex XT. For families that don't want to deal with the weight or price of a platform rack, hanging racks are the best alternative. Much lighter weight and much less expensive, hanging hitch racks are easier to take on and off the car, and are easier on the pocketbook. The Thule Apex XT stands out from the crowd of hanging racks for its sleek design and ample spacing between bikes. Hanging racks place bikes much closer to each other than platform racks. This causes interference between the bikes, making it harder to load a full rack and also potentially causing damage to the bikes. With 7 inches of spacing between bikes, the Apex kills the competition, most of which have only 5 inches to 6 inches of spacing between bikes. This is the rack of choice for one of our mom testers, who especially loves that she can get the rack on and off her van in just seconds, no help needed. Pros. More spacing between bikes than other hanging rack brands. Ratcheting straps and anti-sway cradles are easy to use. Lightweight, easy to take on and off the car. Integrated locking cable to secure bikes while on the go. Lightweight. Accommodates 20 inches bikes and even some 16 bikes. No tools needed to install. Cons at potential for bike contact and damage. Most women's and kids' bikes need a top tube adapter, which increases the cost of the rack.